Alright, first off, I want to say hello to everybody who's going to be watching this video. And, half of this, computer science kind of principal plan thing is going to be, me showing off the game that we made in code.org for our class. And, yeah, I'm just going to be showing off how everything works, and this is going to be half of the principal plan, and then the other is going to be a few paragraphs on how the process works. So I guess I'll just start explaining it right now. So basically all of this, the purple and red and everything in this column, this is all code that you drag from these sections right here. Let's start off with sprites, I guess. Sprites are a very important process of the game making process because they're basically, in a book, you have characters, and then you have the setting, and then you have the plot and all that. Sprites are basically like the characters, and you can make them do whatever you want when you learn how to use code. So these are all the sprites that I've created for this game. I can run it right now, actually. This is basically how the game works. So this is the main screen, kind of a little tutorial on how to work it. You tap and you try to just dodge all the obstacles while collecting these airplane objects. I'm obviously not the best at it, but that's basically the main work of the game. And you can tell there's not many difficult processes that are going on right now. But, so it seems very easy, but when you're really working on a game, it looks a lot easier than it actually is, due to how many different lines of these code that you have to learn how to use and how they work with each other. Like this, the velocity, you have to set a velocity for different sprites and how you want them to move. And then you also have to set up the systems for score, and if you want to set a timer on a project. And there's if statements, there's functions. You have to make all the controls. It's basically just a time-consuming process that you have to learn over time, and you have to kind of perfect. But I'm not saying that I perfected it also. I'm just pretty mediocre at it, but it does take a lot of time, as you can see. And this code, this is kind of mostly like 75% of making the game, because you have to focus on animation. That's the second part that I'm going to be talking about. The animation's very important if you want objects to move around while changing shape. Say like a character running around, you want to show the animation of them sprinting, not just a still character. I didn't go for that in this project just because of, how much time that would take, and we did have a lot of time, but I just didn't focus on that. I focused on the gameplay. But these are all the animations and drawings I made for the sprites in the game. You have to make backgrounds, you make the play button, and here's a kind of draft of what I wanted to do at the start. but I decided to go with monkey. Here's the what is it, text on the screens. You have to make it for pretty much every single thing in the game that you see. You have to draw or input to the animations tab, and you can see all of these objects are something in the animations tab. The code is just the framework, and that's how you move those objects around. But the animation is a very important process, because then it's just going to look... If you don't have the animation, it's going to look very bad, because it's just a bunch of blocks moving around, and without anything looking good, then nobody's going to want to play your game, obviously. And the code and animation are the two main aspects of making a game, and you can go very, very in depth with it, like the math functions, and there's velocity and the coordinates on the grid over here, X and Y. There's many, many, many different aspects that you have to focus on and worry about when you're making a game. But, yeah, that would take way too much time to fit into a video like this one. So that is basically what it takes to make a video game. And, this is very simplified compared to what real game creators have to go through to perfect something like this. Because if I click show text over here, this is what coding on real games looks like. This is what all the code would look like. Obviously more complicated. But the code.org thankfully puts it into little blocks that you have to put down. And then you still have to focus on the math, though. But basically that is how you create a game. Just code and animation. But it still is not a easy process, and it takes a lot of time. And yeah, that's my second half of the principal plan for computer science.